Hey everyone, it's Chris here from Everyday Survival Gear, and today we're outside in the shed. It's late as frig like usual, but I can yell because I'm outside. Let's wake up the damn neighbors. Why are you flashing your lights at me? Alrighty, so last time we had the Ekoras, what was the other one called? I've got another model here. The Ekoras R7, that was the one that we reviewed last time. Today we're checking out the Ekoras S21, which is a exact knockoff or clone, whatever you want to call it, of the Convoy M21A, I believe. Basically, yeah, so why would you get the Ekoras? Well, I paid less than what the Convoy cost, so that attracted me. Currently, they're $18.44 US dollars. These are Ekoras S21s. But I believe I paid around $17. And the M21A is about $22.50. So, you're not going to save the world. We're not going to save like $1 million. But, if you're buying multiples of these to do up, which I did, that's not a stock one. This is my one. Whoa. This is the one here that I modded with the XHP 50.2. And this here is the stock one. So, I usually, if you find a good light, you might end up buying multiples. You're going to want to mod them with different things, different purposes and whatnot. So, saving those extra couple of dollars does kind of make sense if you can. So, yes, as I said, the Ekoras S21, online it's actually the S2000. So, you can also get a Honda S2K there. They're rated at 1600 lumens. It is basically the same driver as the driver that's in the R7. This one's supposed to have like 12 modes or something. It's similar to the Convoy driver with all those options, the Biscotti driver, but yeah, a little bit less power, but this puts out a maximum of, they reckon, 3.2 amps. You can get a little bit over if you use a high drain cell, but you're not going to get out like awesome output. 1600 lumens they rated as. You might get like 12, 1300, depending on the cell that you use. The one I got, actually, they're both the same, but this one is still in the SST40 with a 5000K tint. No battery inside that one right now, but this one has the same tint too. This light, no shilling for Ekoras here going on, I swear. I just like their lights. So you can see a nice tint. I got you guys inside a box. Actually, it's like a reviewing style box where it's all white. And it's pretty cool. It's got like LEDs at the top here. So there should be enough light for this video. Yes. So basically, why would you buy this over my voice just dropping? Nah. So why would you buy this light over a stock C8? These M21As, the S21A by Ekoras, it fits in a 21700 compared to a 18650. I quite like the performance of the 21700s over the 18650s. When you're pushing like this light here, is doing crazy amps, the XHP 50.2. I'll put up a little snippet of the amps that it's doing, but it's doing like 15 amps at the tail cap, measured with a clamp meter. So, when you're pushing that sort of amperage, that extra 2000 milliamps really helps. Plus, the 21700, that's a quality cell, is going to be able to deliver those amps much easier than an 18650 and get less voltage sag, if it's a good cell. If you're comparing cheap cells, well, it's not really going to be the same. So it's got AR coated glass stock. It's got an SMO reflector. Basically, all the parts are the same size as a C8, except for the actual light itself is ever so slightly longer. I don't actually have a C8 with me. So yes. For some reason, I go everywhere with C8s, but because I had these two lights, no, I do have a C8, but it's a brand new one. It doesn't matter. So it uses a 20mm driver instead of the 17mm drivers on the other old school C8s. So these are a little bit bigger. Also 20mm MC PCB. That's the same as the C8s have always had the 20mm MC PCB. So yeah, it's got a 44.5mm head. So same size as the C8, as I've already said. Its height is 155.8 mils. That's where it does differ. It is slightly taller than a stock C8, than any C8 really. Doesn't really make a difference, I don't think. I can't really tell the difference, I'll be honest. They both heat up pretty much the same. That extra stock doesn't really go anywhere. It's only there in like the battery tube. Its body is 27.3 mils, tail is 31.3 mils, and it weighs 168 Gs, 168 grams. So I think it's about 30 grams over what the stock C8 would weigh, somewhere around right there. So I haven't used this light that much because I haven't modded it yet. Is there a battery in here? No, there isn't. It's even got a 18650 adapter that is not jammed, but I'm kind of moving the box away now. Whoop. I'm actually on a glass table, and that's just the box there. So it's got a 18650 adapter. Like build quality wise, I'll probably just scratch the tail cap then, hopefully not. You can see here, is it going to focus? Gold plated springs. It's using like retaining rings everywhere, exactly the same as what you would expect from a Convoy light. You know, there's nothing at all wrong with this light. You know, the threads do come lubed. They are very well cut. Obviously, they're not anodized on the front like all C8s, but anodized on the back. You can see O-rings here and here. When we get to the driver, this part does differ. For the few extra... Bastard, focus. Let me bring this box back in a little bit, so there's a bit of extra light. So gold plated spring here, it actually looks the same sort of like ridiculous size like the Convoy springs are. They're so bloody massive, eh? I don't think I mentioned, but you also get the lanyard that's on that other one and this clip here. So that's the AR coated glass there, as you can see. You can see the little looks AR coated there. Well, I've got the head in my hand. So what a head. This is the reflector here. So same size as a C8. And inside, we do have a copper MC PCB. So, like, if you wanted to use the stock SST40, there's absolutely no issue with using that. I think one way that it does differ from the Convoys, I think the Convoys are actually screwed in with screws, the MC PCB. But yeah, they do use a lot of thermal paste on this, probably way too much, as you guys can see. There is a friggin' shit ton of thermal paste on there. But yeah, so that is the Ekoras S21A. So we'll definitely take it outside now and we'll see how it performs. You know, great light, great price. You can mod it to how you want it. Who gives a shit? Like, it's probably not really better than the Convoy, but because you save a few bucks, it might save you in the long run. If you buy 10, that's like $40 of savings if you're saving $4 each time. So, you know, you can get a few extra lights there. If you're buying 10 of these, they're not reselling. I think you got a pretty damn massive collection. Anyway, I'm blabbering on. Let's take it outside and piss off some neighborinos, huh? Okay, guys, now we're outside with the Ekoras S21, and it's time to piss off the neighbors. Don't mind me in this UI because I just went through the page, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the other review of the Ekoras R7, but this has like 8 modes that you can select, but it's not even using a AT Tiny chip on there. It's some sort of other chip. So not sure who makes these and does the programming, but I tried to change modes on it and I couldn't really get it to work. So right now this is the lowest mode, but it's then going to go to some sort of fast blinky mode. Then this will be turbo mode, if I remember correct. So that's turbo mode there with the neutral white SST40 in the stock driver. You know, you're only doing like 3.5 amps, so it's not going to be crazy amount of lumens. But yeah, you can see they're quite a nice tint actually in the 5000K neutral white SST40. Yeah, so this one's still stock because I brought some SFT40s that are coming hopefully soon, which is a domeless SST40. So basically a SST40 without the dome on. So hopefully I will be replacing some of my SST40s with the SFT40. So yeah, I'll definitely have a video of that coming up, and we will compare a couple of lights together side by side and see how they do with output and throw. So I'll cycle modes, then it goes to this blinky mode. Is it SOS? Not sure. And then this appears to be like a high mode, and then medium. So medium mode's pretty good. they're in low mode. So if you want to keep this driver in here stock, it does perform fine. You know, it's got like all the gimmicks like reverse polarity protection, low voltage mode, like it'll tell you that it's got low battery. Also high temperature mode. Just the thing is that it doesn't perform like that great, but for the price, it's better than what drivers used to be. That's for sure. Okay, now the light is on. You can see over here, but this really has nothing to do with anything. This is the modified S21 that you've probably seen now in a few videos. It does about 4,000 lumens with the XHP 50.2. So this is what you could turn your light into. That's turbo mode there. And look at how bright that is. That's like insanely bright. Even if I put this light on its highest mode, it's not gonna like make a difference. So that's a stock one there, and that's the modded one there. So you can see it like outshines it like crazy. And because there's someone house right behind here where I'm doing these tests now, I'm really trying not to shine it too much, because my house, there's no one behind like where I actually am, where I test the lights. So yeah, I'll turn off the XHP 50.2 because it's actually brighter than the outside light here. It's friggin' bright as a, it's insanely bright. Alright, we'll go on to the next light because it's not as bright. Alright, and this is a competitor. It's got a like a 3 amp driver, still a 7135 driver, so blast from the past. But it's got like one of those Osram flat whites in it. It does, you know, 800 lumens, pretty close to what a stock, to what an old stock C8 would have done. Actually, even the old stock C8s were doing about 900, 1,000 lumens. I remember the first time when I got one back in 2015, I couldn't believe it. Like, the price was that good, and the output was that good, because I came from only buying like jet beam style lights. So yeah, so that's the cold white tint off the stocky there, and well, they're both stock lights still, so yeah. And that's the SST40 there, with a little bit extra amps, and a better tint. Obviously a different emitter also helps, so yeah. Even though like the tint is only like about 1,500K difference, it does make quite a big difference. Especially when you're looking at the plants, eh? You can tell how much better that looks, if it doesn't look too washed out on the camera. Oh, I think I had to scratch the lights, so I've got them both in one pocket. Alright guys, that's the review of the Ekoras S21. It's basically like a C8 clone or copy, probably from the same factory. The driver isn't the same because there's not biscotti firmware on here, because I tried to get to the modes like doing the biscotti way, which is clicking like 10 or 15 times, and I couldn't get there. So it is a different driver, because we've seen it in the other video of the R7, but all in all, you know, for the price you pay for this light, it does perform good. It's got a lot of options. Even if you want to keep it stock and give it away, it still performs good. And if you want to mod it, it's got a lot of potential, like you've seen in that XHP 50.2. I'm definitely going to mod this one. It's not going to stay stock. I've got a few plans for it. Whenever I get the SFT 40s, I'm going to put that in there and a direct drive, and we'll definitely go head to head with that one. I might even buy one extra, and we'll do like XHP 50, SST 40, and a SST 40, and we'll see which one performs the best. Alright guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.